kicking, y'all? We're back with another episode of Pickin' Six, Week 13, bro. Week 13 of the NFL season. Today, I'm once again joined by Conor. How we doing?
Doing well, bro. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is our college football, I guess you can call it. We're still doing NFL picks, but it's our college football conference championship special. So the normal format of our videos is we do the NFL picks first and the college picks second. Well, today we're going to pull a little switcheroo. We're going to rock with the college picks first. We're going to pick all the Power 5 conference championships plus one extra for you guys, and we'll do that first. So if you're just here for the college picks, here you are. You don't have to skip to the midway point of the video. We'll still have NFL picks at the end. But Conor, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Let's get into it. One of the first games on the slate. This is a Friday game, and so hopefully this video will be out by then. If not, we do apologize. We got the team from the Mormon State, who we like to fade. However, they have proven us wrong in the past. Utah is -3 against Oregon. Over-under is 59.5 for the Pac-12 championship. Conor, how do you feel about this guy?
You know, it's tough considering both of us, in particular me, have been team fade anybody from the Mormon State of Utah, and kind of proved us wrong. And when we saw this matchup earlier this season, it was like 38-3.
Yeah, 38-7.
30 doesn't matter. Utter demolishing of the Ducks. But I don't know. You wanna say that it'll be a bounce back game for Oregon. They're probably not going to make the playoff. There's still a slight hope, still unlikely, but you like to think that they're going to bounce back a lot better. I mean, looking at the metrics, I look at a lot of defense, as we well know by now, but things are pretty even across the board. Utah, although allows a couple less points per game. I think this is going to be the day I ride with those from the Mormon State. I'm going to go with Utah -3. I think they're kind of playing with, in a way, house money.
Absolutely.
Oregon still has hopes of making the playoff, even though deep down they know it's realistically not going to happen, but still technically a possibility, depending on how the other conference championship games go. I just think Utah, overall has a better team. Oregon hasn't looked that great. They've obviously won a bunch of games, that number being 10, but I think Utah's going to pull this out. Not going to be as big of a win margin as the past matchup, but they'll cover that field goal.
Dude, this is tough. I think, as I'm looking here, as of right now, as it stands, it's early. It's very early in the week. It's a Tuesday night. These games don't happen until this weekend. But as it stands, at this very moment, 60% of the bets are coming in on the Utes. 40% are coming in on the Ducks. A thing that I bring up a lot, I know when I wrote about lacrosse, because the teams play each other so much, is it's hard to beat the same team twice in a season. So these teams have the same against the spread record, 5-7. They're not great. Oregon 3-2 away, 2-1 as an underdog. Utah 4-7 as a favorite. So this is iffy. I don't love it, but I am going to be fading you and the public as it stands right now with the Ducks, and give me the field goal insurance.
I'm going to fade myself as well and go with the Ducks.
You can't. Listen, you got to stick. You and I have been rocky, to say the least, in these past couple of weeks. I feel like you made a great argument. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go one-on-one here.
All right, fine. We'll let the Utah pick stand.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I was gonna say we got to keep things interesting here for the folks. It's conference championship week, bro. I'm glad that you think I'm that convincing. Maybe the folks will think that too. Next game we got a game that I really like. I think will be very interesting. Oklahoma State currently -5 against Baylor. The game is at Oklahoma. Over under 46.5. Pretty low for a Big 12 matchup. Connor, your thoughts?
I was kind of hoping you were going to take the reins on this one.
Yeah, I know it's tough. I'm feeling Oklahoma State off the jump. However, last time we took Baylor in a big game where they were not favored, they beat the crap out of Oklahoma. However, Oklahoma's proven themselves to not be as good as maybe people thought. I mean, that's also because they switched quarterbacks through the season. The stats that you got the team stats. I got the spread stats. I like how it always works. Oklahoma State 9-3 against the spread, 4-3 at home, 6-3 as a favorite. Baylor 8-4 against the spread, 2-3 away, and 3-1 as a dog. So like I would say pretty dead even. As far as their against the spread records. Connor, how are their offenses and defenses stack up to each other?
Both have really good defenses. Like Oklahoma State's defense is pretty fucking solid, best in the Big 12 by my humble opinion and thought process. I mean, they allow 91 rushing yards per game, which is, I think, a big indicator of how well their defenses perform, especially playing in the Big 12 where they play against some high level and highly talented quarterbacks and with a wide array of NFL prospects as weapons for those QBs. And Baylor's not too bad either. Their defense allows 3 more points per game, a few more rushing yards. They allow about like, what is that, like 70 more total yards per game to opposing offenses, but they do score like 2 points better per game. I don't know if that sways you either way.
Yeah,
but I think both of these, like, and honestly, I don't know.
I like Oklahoma State's running back.
Yeah, they have
In this game, at least from what I saw on Saturday against Oklahoma. I like him. I like their offense. I don't know.
I'm
Baylor
going
just like
Oklahoma State as well.
what?
I'm going Oklahoma State minus the 5.5. I
Yeah,
don't particularly love either team in this game. I don't think either offense is that great. Well, more so they have 2 really good defenses, but like the under is a little low for me to
yeah,
want to swing that way.
yeah. Vegas knows that. That's why they put it there. Yeah, I was feeling Oklahoma State -5. Like I'll probably take it now -5. But if it gets over a touchdown, I don't think it will. But if it does, I probably wouldn't. I would like at least if it gets over a touchdown, do your due diligence. Everybody out there, you know what I mean? Because Oklahoma State, like I took a -4.5, and they did not cover against Oklahoma, even though they won. So like it's tough to say the least. Next game we got here. One of the 2 games that start at 4:00. Down in Atlanta, the SEC championship between University of Georgia and Alabama. Georgia is currently -6.5, and the over/under is at 50. Connor, how do you feel about that? People, listen. I'll before I let you go. Anybody who I talked to all week keeps saying, "Oh, Georgia's going to kick the, they're going to beat Alabama. They're going to smoke Bama. Bama has no chance. I can't wait for you to do this, that, and the other thing." I don't like when people talk to me like that. They're filling me up with hope. I'll say this, that historically we play Alabama super close. Either we get blown out by them or we play them within a field goal. So this is uncharted territory, us being the, better, guess you could say the better team in the matchup. Alabama Barely took Auburn to 4 overtimes. We beat Auburn 31-10. Alabama barely beats Arkansas. We beat Arkansas 37-0. For me, I see this being a shootout. I don't bet on UGA football. I'll probably, if we're being completely transparent, I'll probably take the over, and I'll probably sprinkle a little bit on Alabama for the happiness hedge. For my personal, just not because I think that Bama will win, but I want to have that insurance to make myself feel a little bit better. So I'm taking the over in the Bama money line just because.
So Georgia has not allowed more than 17 points per game.
Yeah.
An opponent at all this season, that was Tennessee, who was rolling on offense when they got to that game. And Alabama gives up an average of 20 points per game. Their defense is pretty solid. Both teams allow 80 rushing yards or less per game. But that being said, I'm rocking with the over as well. Over, you said, was 50 points even.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to go Georgia. Covering the points. I just think their defense is that much better. Although Alabama is electric.
If you keep Bryce Young out of a rhythm, their offense is dead in the water. I'm not trying to brag. I try to tread lightly when I talk about these things because there's a real thing about jinxing Georgia. I don't want to do it. But their Alabama star running back Brian Robinson is questionable for the weekend as well. He went out in the Auburn game. I don't know with what, but I just know that he went out. I mean, this matchup in the last 3, it was Georgia. Last year we were up 24-20 at half and lost 41-24. Previous year we lost 35-28. Year before that 26-23. So we have not beat Alabama in a while. We have come as close as Tua Tagovailoa a touchdown in overtime, and have gotten it's a very uncharted territory for us to feel this good about our team going up against Alabama. But yeah, I think the over, if anything, the over is definitely the play. I think it's going to be a shootout. Some defensive touchdowns will be scored. I'll say that much by both teams, I bet.
I think it's this is the year Georgia can take the reins of the SEC from Alabama. The only thing that really concerns me is that with Alabama losing last Saturday, I think fire's going to be really lit under their ass. They're going to be motivated to come out and show why they should still be in the college football playoff.
Yeah,
which
they won, but it was by 2.
Oh, they won.
They they might as well have lost. I know that sounds bad because that's a moral victory for Auburn without Bo Nix. So in Alabama's mind, they might as well have lost that game.
Dude, that's fucking funny. I said they lost because I was literally watching that game the last second half through all the overtimes. But I don't know. It just didn't it still felt like they lost. They were 20-point favorite or whatever, but 19.5 or whatever.
19.5, bro. And then what did Max say? Alt spread minus 27. We love Mac, but you did say it.
Yeah, but that's his alternate universe version of your happiness hedge, where he loves his team so much that he's going to take them to win by 1 million.
Yeah, dude. Listen, it's a tale of 2 different teams. We've been through all the heartbreak and the tragedy. We haven't won a national championship since 1982 or 3. And Alabama's had all the success in the world. So it's it's a tale of 2 different fan bases, to say the least.
I think the over is a lock. I think the spread choice, at least on my end, is subject to change as we get closer to Saturday at 4 p.m.
Yeah, give me the over, and give me not because I think it'll happen, but I wanted to put it out there in the world. This is how I do go about things. This is the first time I've done it this season. Happiness hedge on Alabama, but still go Dogs. Next game. This is not a Power Five, but I think it's going to be a pretty good game. Cincinnati's minus 10.5 against Houston. Over under is 53.5. I I want to know what your thoughts are because I'm like feeling interesting about this. Like, I really want to take Houston plus the 10. Like, I know, like, well, the public's favoring Houston. I don't know. Let's like they're like, and Cincinnati 7-5 against the spread. Houston 7-4. They're both Cincinnati 4-2 at home. Houston 4-2 away. Cincinnati 7-5 as the favorite, and Houston 2-0 as the underdog. The past four, they're split 2-2 in the last four meetings. Cincinnati covering both times.
I mean, it's tough because you look at Cincinnati's closest games against Tulsa, they won by 8, Navy, they won by 7, and they beat Notre Dame by 11, which was really their best opponent.
Definitely.
Also, SMU was pretty good
I
a
agree.
couple weeks back.
Yeah.
They won by 34, so I don't think that really indicates much here. Like initially, when I was looking at this game, thought it was definitely something we need to touch upon because, like, definitely could be a big indicator. I mean, like if Cincinnati wins this game, they're in the playoff. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty safe to say.
They're in. I feel like no matter what happens in the other games, as long as Cincinnati wins, they should stay in. It's kind of a kick in the face. I mean, I would be incredibly shocked and disappointed if Cincinnati won and didn't get it.
No, it just wouldn't make sense. I mean, they're a good football team. They'll probably walk into the playoff, get smacked by a Power 5 team.
But at least they deserve to be there.
Yeah, because I mean, you have what's his face, Desmond Ritter, who you can make the
very
case
good.
that he could be. I don't know if he's on the short list for Heisman, but he's still a very good quarterback and has led their team to 12-0. Like that's nothing to shit on. But like, I mean, it's definitely iffy that the public money's on Houston early.
Yeah, it makes me nervous.
Houston's played some I can't even say better games. Like they beat SMU by less than Cincinnati did.
They've had like the same season. They just lost one game.
Yeah.
They've played probably just as well as Cincinnati has against always common opponents. It's so tough, bro. But it's a good game to talk about. You know what I mean? It's not a layup for a pick. I'm really leaning Houston plus the 10 because Cincinnati has shown that that they can let teams play them close. I think that Houston might be their outside of SMU or outside of or SMU or Notre Dame or Tulsa. Tulsa's iffy. I don't know. Like it's just very questionable. I think that Cincinnati wins in a close one.
Yeah, I'm going Houston plus the 10, and I am going under 53 points.
I'm not gonna put money on the total. I don't hate that play.
I'm betting on the defenses here. I think it'll be maybe a touchdown early for whoever gets on the board first, but I think it's going to be a struggle till the second half, and then the talented Desmond Ritter is going to pull it out for Cincinnati late.
For some reason, like my brain is like telling me 35-30 in the favor of Cincinnati. I don't know. That means absolutely nothing to anybody, but I think we're both in agreement there. Houston plus a 10.5. Get it while you can. I think the money coming in on Houston will definitely shrink that spread. And if that gets closer, if that spread starts to go down, I would suggest starting to look Cincinnati. You know what I mean? If that gets down like within a touchdown, within, 5, 6, 7, 5 or 6 points, maybe everybody up there looks Cincinnati's way.
No shot it moves that much.
You don't think it'll drop to a touchdown?
No, I think max it moves to like 8.5, because I think you give a touchdown to Cincinnati, then there's going to be a lot of heavy bets placed. A lot of big money on Cincinnati. because I think that value, like as you said, it would be too big, too good to pass up. Like there's,
Mhm.
and then like the sports books would get killed, even though the majority of the public money would be on Houston. I think there'd be a lot of late sharp action or just people who know how to bet well.
That's a great point, honestly. So yeah, give us a unanimous decision. Houston plus a 10.5. The next game, I think this actually is going to be a pretty good game. It's the ACC championship. It'll be one of the most interesting ACC championships that have happened in a while since Clemson is out of the picture. Um, Pitt is currently -3 against Wake Forest. Over under. You think this? Do you think these teams have good defenses? Well, Vegas doesn't think so. Over under 72.5 points. And I don't know, like this is tough. The 60% of the money, excuse me, 60% of the bets, the tickets are on Pitt. 57% of the money's on Pitt. Um, this is tough. However, Pitt 9-3 ATS on the season. Wake Forest 6-6. Pitt 9-3 is the favorite. It sounds like they've been favored in all their games. Wake 1-2 is the dog. Wake's had a little bit of troubling games. They lost. They had that close loss in the UNC in that blowout. So somewhat surprising blowout loss to Clemson. Pitt has the one loss to Miami, close loss to Miami, and I forget who else they lost to. I want to lean Pitt here. I'm not even gonna even look at the total. That's an absurd number. I mean, it could happen. Like another 55-50 game, whatever. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Connor, on this guy?
Like the total's tough because it's 72. Both teams average just under a shade under 43 points per game. Uh, I don't really know what the team's expectations were coming into the season, but you like to think that they're not big football schools, so they probably didn't have high
I think
expectations.
they surpassed whatever their season expectations were. That's
Well, yeah, no, that's without being said, but I'm
yeah.
thinking more along the lines of like they're playing a huge game. You think those offenses are going to be putting up huge numbers?
I think so. I definitely think so. I think it's a shootout. Absolutely. Kenny Pickett is a great quarterback. I cannot the Wake Forest quarterback is not registering. But
Hartman,
yeah, yeah. Wait, what is it?
Hartman.
Hartman. Okay, yeah. I think they're both very good. I think it could be a gunslinging extravaganza, but 72 is just an absurd number. If it was like in the 60s, I'd be like, absolutely. But like it also could like slide under and be like a 30, like a 35-30, somewhere in that round. Like they both have to put up like 40 points apiece to go over here. Like, because you're not gonna get to 72 if it's not a shootout.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's something I'm not comfortable taking, but I am leaning Pitt -3. I think Pitt's just a little bit better. A little bit.
I mean they're favored for a reason. Their defense is better by a slim margin.
Mm-hmm.
By the locksmith metrics, they give up fewer rushing yards per game. Now I've been wrong before as using that as basically my primary indicator on which way I lean.
It's up to you, bro. I think I'm gonna take Pitt -3 here and screw the total. If you want Wake Forest, bro, take Wake Forest. I feel like that's what you're
Okay.
feeling.
Yeah, I'll go Wake plus the 3.
All
Really
right.
don't have a good reason behind it, but I think
I could tell with your hesitation and not go right to Pitt that you were like something was telling you to pick Wake, which is completely fine. I like that we can, have that little bit of a let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Just, somebody might, one of us might come out with a better record this week and, help the people out more than the other. I don't know. Last game on the college docket for our conference championship special is the matchup I don't think people were expecting. The Big Ten championship. I think that people were expecting some red in this, and there's a lot of yellow. Michigan is minus 10.5 against Iowa, over under 43.5. Now, you and I, something about last week, like I took, I on our show, I took Ohio State -8. Later in the week, I went on the Pickin Winners, their live show, and I was gonna do the same thing, but then I reevaluated, looked at Michigan's against the spread record, and decided to stay off. And I'm kind of glad I did. But I like this. It's a tale of two trajectories. I think Iowa, even though they are 10-2, they are not. They do not have the hype around them that they did at the beginning of the season since losing. Michigan, I don't think they. I shouldn't say that. That would be shortchanging them. Some might. I mean, even they might be a little bit surprised that they're here. I know that obviously the expectation for a team like that is to, you know, go on to win the conference championship. But listen, that was only the second time they beat Ohio State in however many seasons, and that like literally is an indicator of how good Michigan is. I know I'm ranting, but that's just it's a tough game to pick, dude. That's a touchdown and a half spread to a team. Iowa's a fantastic defense, so that's what's scaring me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, that's what I was kind of thinking. I mean, Ohio State, like they had the talent. Defense obviously was not that good, and I don't think was really rated that highly of a defense. Anyway, but I mean, 10.5 is a lot to cover, but also Iowa, when they've been heavily favored, like they barely beat Minnesota, beat Illinois, not a big football school, barely beat Nebraska by a touchdown.
Nebraska's terrible.
Yeah, they got smoked by Wisconsin, beat by Purdue, barely beat Penn State, who's been so up and down all year. I'm gonna take Michigan to cover.
Yeah, I'm
I think
thinking that only because I don't think Iowa's offense is going to be able to keep up.
not. I think that could be the sucker play.
It's
Just
definitely
go.
a sucker play. I mean, like we've walked into plenty of these traps before, but like I don't know. Like I feel like Michigan is riding too hot. Is coming in guns blazing off of beating their biggest rival. You know, just to plain and simple. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I mean, like Iowa's offense is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I like there's no like they can't keep up with how Michigan plays. The only thing that concerns me is that Iowa's defense is just so good it shuts down what Michigan was able to do so well last week. Um, I don't really see value in other plays. Like the under is pretty low. Do we go with what you've been saying, what you said a lot beginning of the season, Big Ten unders?
Big Ten unders of Michigan are never like I always lean Big Ten unders with like the lesser like teams like Michigan, Ohio State that have the ability to hang 50 on the board by themselves are teams I tend not to go under with.
Yeah.
There's exemptions to the Big 12 unders rule, and Michigan and Ohio State are the exemptions. Like I wouldn't lean over either because I know that Iowa's most likely not going to contribute to the point scoring total. Ugh, that's tough. 46 is not even that terrible. Like 46 is not like too low to be taken. No, excuse me, it's 43. 43 and no, I can't take that.
Yeah, I'm just sticking Michigan with the
Yeah.
points.
Well, that wraps up our college football portion. I hope everybody enjoyed us switching up a little bit. We take this quick second to tell everybody to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate the support that we've been getting. We want to continue to provide our picks to everybody. We hope that everybody's enjoying what we're doing so far. We hope that everybody's still showing love over to Keith and Tom on their UFC picks. We got a lot coming with some, golf is, starting to pick up. Tiger just, posted a video of him swinging a golf club. Conor is getting hot with his basketball picks, both NBA and college, and I'll be with everybody come summertime for some lax picks, and I hope that everybody will be around to enjoy that. But also make sure to check out menoforder.com, our blogs that we post on there. It comes out once a week. I just hopped on their live show last week. That was a lot of fun. I hope to do that again very soon. But now with all the promos and plugs, let's hop right into the NFL as per usual. First game we got a really ugly line, really ugly. Chiefs -10 versus the Broncos. Over under is 47. You wanted to talk about this game, so I'll let you talk about it first.
Yeah, I like Denver's defense has been pretty fucking solid all throughout this year. Held a good Chargers offense at 13 points last week. They did get beat badly by the Eagles a couple weeks back, but I'm leaning Broncos plus the points. 10's a lot to cover for the Chiefs.
There's a lot to cover for the Chiefs.
Uh,
3 is a lot to cover for the Chiefs.
And just as long as Teddy Bridgewater is in the lineup and under center, I will be taking Denver plus the points. Because I think that is although I think he got banged up. So if he ends up not playing on Sunday or Monday, when is this game?
I think it's Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night. But if he doesn't play, I'm staying very clear of this because I have
sorry, go
no
ahead.
faith in Drew Lock. But I think it's a lot to cover. Kansas City does not fare well against good defenses. Broncos being one of the better defenses in the league. So I'm taking Denver plus the points.
Yeah, I don't see Teddy currently listed on the injury report. Maybe it hasn't been updated. I don't know. Was it seem like it was some serious thing? Could be able to play.
I just remember I had Red Zone on while I was doing work on Sunday, but I saw him. I saw Drew Lock. I could have sworn I saw Drew Lock in the game.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I'll be honest with you. I did not. Denver Broncos football is not something that finds my TV very much. Yeah, I'm thinking Broncos plus 10 in the under. The Broncos are 9-2 for the under. 4-0 for the under when they're the underdog. Chiefs are 6-5 for the under, 4-2 for the under at home, which is shocking because they're usually a very good home squad. Denver 6-5 against the spread. Chiefs are 4-7. Broncos are 3-2 against the spread, and the Chiefs are 1-5 against the spread at home. So give me the Broncos plus the points and the under in this one. I like it. Next game we got as we move along here is the Bengals -3 versus the Chargers. I'm just gonna say it right now. Give me the Bengals and the points and the over. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit. Bengals are very enticing. The Chargers offense is kind of cheated off of late. Defense, depending on which week you look at, is sometimes really good, sometimes really bad. I think against this dynamic of an offense that Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals have, I think it'll be tough for the Chargers will probably stay in the game, but I think Bengals will take this one. Joe Mixon has been going off.
Yes, he has.
He is
touchdowns are very profitable.
He's had a touchdown, I think, in 8 or 9 straight games, which is all time. He's the all-time leader in Bengals history in that regard. I think he'll keep up with that. Bengals defense edges out the Chargers in pretty much any category I could rattle off to you right now. I like the Bengals at home -2 points.
Yeah. Give me the Bengals and the points and give me the over. I think that the Chargers, their defense may lose them the game, but their offense will at least contribute to that over. I think that they could. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was looking at the over also. It's just that I just don't have that much faith in their offense as of recent times.
Yeah,
if the over's iffy for me.
I'm just kind of banking on the Bengals coming out and putting up 40 points again, and then the Chargers just kind of add on to it there. So that's asking a lot. Obviously, give me you can honestly 3 touchdown props that are like throughout the year is Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and Austin Eckler. Those could be the touchdowns right there in this game alone. So pick your favorite and put some money on it. between those two.
Also, a little sprinkle on Mike Williams for LA. He
Yeah.
he had some big plays in the last 2 weeks. None of them had him just getting into the end zone, but I think he's due for one.
Yeah, dude. Also, maybe even Joey B walking one in. It's always a possibility. I like to always try to sprinkle a little bit on a quarterback touchdown every week, just because like these are like, especially the younger quarterbacks, like they like to do the QB, fake it and then go out the back door, on the goal line. I don't know. Just a thought. Next game, interesting line. Ugh, I put way too much faith in Cam Newton last week. He did score a touchdown, like I said in the blog, but anyway, Dolphins -5 against the Giants, who I had Eagles, and I was like, okay, yeah, the Giants stink, like, but somehow the Eagles managed to stink so much worse than the Giants. Like that wasn't even like, bro. I don't know. What do you think about that one?
I mean, I had the Giants last week, and beginning of the season, I was a big proponent of fading the Giants. As a Giants fan, that did hurt me, but it was a smart play. I saw the signs, saw that Giants were the play last week, and I kind of want to lean. I want to lean Giants, but I don't know if that's a smart decision here.
I don't know. I mean, Mac even told us that Miami is starting to look a little better.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put. I'm not. I'll say right now, I'm staying away from this entirely. But like, I don't know.
I'm going under 40 points.
That's not a terrible play because the Dolphins' defense is pretty decent.
Like the Dolphins' defense is really good, and Giants have like an okay defense. Teams can still put up some points on them, but I don't know. Tua has been banged up on and off all season. You never know who's going to be producing for them. I think a good play would be a Waddle touchdown.
That's a solid play.
Yeah, Waddle touchdown and the under.
I'll go under with you too. 40 is a decent number. Shoot, I think that the Dolphins defense will handle the Giants, and I don't know. I don't. I think it'll be a pretty low scoring affair. So yeah, give me the under. Give me the under in that one. Next game, a division rivalry. I think when you and I were younger, middle school, high school, arguably one of the most fun rivalries to watch in the NFL. There aren't many in the NFL anymore that really still are as hot, but the Ravens are -4.5 against the Steelers. Over under is 44. What do you think, bud?
If you're going on recency, under hammer the fuck out of the Ravens.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
something about this that tells me Big Ben's going to show up.
Really?
I don't know what it is, but I just have
more than Lamar Jackson.
Not more than, but I like enough where I don't think the under shouldn't be a play. At least I'm going to stay away from the under.
Or were you thinking over, or just you're not taking the total at all?
Yeah, I'm not that confident in Big Ben. I'm still going with Baltimore -4, but that is a hesitant play, even though I kind of said it somewhat confidently.
Yeah.
Not my most confident play on this NFL slate.
Well, these two teams are atrocious against the spread. There wasn't much to say like that their records would yield one way or the other. Currently 83% of the bets are on the Ravens, which is not that surprising. But like, it's not like a fade the public where like, dude, the Steelers got absolutely embarrassed by the Bengals last week. Like, it was like the Bengals defense was just all over. And it's unfortunate too, because I have Najee Harris on a fantasy team and he puts up major points, but he's their only like production, like since Juju's hurt, but Deontay Johnson and Trace Claypool are great. It's just that Big Ben cannot find them. It's tough. It's unfortunate because like they have and TJ Watt, he was the defensive player of the year last year.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. Like it's like they're hurting. they're hurting, and I think that the Ravens, even though they did not look great against the Browns, I think that the Ravens will like if it only being a 4.5 point spread, I think the Ravens cover 4.5. So make that a unanimous decision for the boys. Last one, I'll keep it real brief. I'm taking the under in the Eagles Jets game. The Eagles are it's -6.5 against the Jets, over under 45. I'm taking the under. Or 45.5, excuse me. I'm taking the under.
Nothing for me on this one.
Yeah, I
Not a
see that.
game I like whatsoever.
Yeah. I just think that like Philly has I like so like my dad and I went to the bar to watch the Colts game. All right, they I thought for sure that they had that. They blew like they were doing their job keeping Tom Brady off the field. But anyway, besides the point. Giants Eagles was on the screen. The Eagles single-handedly shot themselves in the foot so much to lose that game. Like with holding on big plays, with just stupid passes. The Jets are the Jets, and the Jets gonna jet. So give me the under 45.5.
There it is, folks.
There it is. The Jets gonna jet. That's church. Do you have anything else for the people before we get on out of here?
No, nothing else. Stay tuned for all the content outside of this show coming at you soon. And that's really it. Got a big UFC, decent sized UFC card this weekend. So the boys will probably be doing a little something.
Oh, they absolutely
Golf, nice Tiger Woods tournament coming this weekend. A lot of basketball. Starting to get into some big college basketball matchups tonight and in the future. So just a lot of content going to be coming your way. A lot of picks coming your way. Stay tuned for the boys.
Yes, yeah, stay tuned. Golf blog potentially this week. Do we want to tell them what the pick is, or do we want to leave that to the reading?
It'll come out after Colin Morikawa. This will come out after the
Okay.
tournament has started anyway. So I
Colin
don't think
Morikawa to
that's an
win
issue.
the Heroes. Here is it the Heroes tournament? It's like a Tiger Woods
Something like
Foundation.
that.
Yeah. Also, I tell everybody this: you should always sprinkle a little bit on Victor Hovland. He's great. He's young, and I think he's one of the futures. He's already on up and comer, but I think he'll be one of the names up there with Spieth and JT and DJ easily. But yeah, I hope that, as always, I say this every week. I hope that everybody has a happy and healthy and responsible weekend of gambling. That's the number one rule here at Pickin Winners, is that you gamble responsibly. So take care, everybody. We out.